Hey Clash fans, Trample Damage coming at you today with a new Town Hall 13 army that I'm actually enjoying quite a bit. It's the unlikely combination of Inferno Dragons and Super Minions. And I say unlikely combination because I just haven't really seen anybody else using this, but I decided to try to maximize the benefit that I get from having... I frequently wind up using Super Minions and Inferno Dragons on one of my Town Hall 13s as a good Clan Castle War donation troop. But then I don't wind up getting to use them for armies, so I thought I'd start tinkering around. Now, Super Minions obviously are one of the greatest Clan Castle troops you can put on defense, and so I was trying some different attacks to pair them up. Tried some stuff with rocket balloons, didn't really love it. Started tinkering with Inferno Dragons, which I frequently wind up putting those in Clan Castles as well, so I wanted to give this army a shot. Now, the benefit that you get from Inferno Dragons and from Super Minions, individual in their own right, you know, they actually have a decent chunk of hit points. Like, it's a good sized body. Super Minions have 1,600 hit points, and the Inferno Dragons, and this is the, you know, the max level for Town Hall 13, the Inferno Dragons have 2,050 hit points. So in their own right, they each have a decent chunk of hit points to let them withstand some abuse from Archer Towers and X-Bows to a lesser extent than air defenses obviously wipe the flying troops very quickly. But the thing I'm finding the most value in is having Inferno Towers that are frequently set to single target to take out the dragons and the dragon riders that are very popular right now. With Super Minions and the Inferno Dragons, I've got more troops, right? Because I'm sitting here on 19 of those bodies, whereas when I'm making an attack with dragons or dragon riders, I'm on 12 because I've got 6 dragons and 6 dragon riders, or maybe I've got 8 dragons and 4 dragon riders. But this is giving me an opportunity to actually have more bodies that can deal some damage. So what we'll do is we'll jump in to show a couple of replays on how this army is working and how I'm meeting with a lot of success with it. And we'll show you a war attack also in addition to just a regular raiding attack. Before we jump into it, obviously, if you like the channel, please make sure to subscribe, hit the like button on the video, share it with your clanmates. I'm hoping at some point I'll get a creator code. In the meantime, I'm actually supporting Sir Moose, so if you want, you can use code Moose. Tell him I sent you, and maybe he'll, I don't know, give me $1.27. I don't really do this for the money, I do it for the fun, so I'm not really that concerned about it. But this attack works the same way that a lot of the air attacks are working right now, where you wind up using your king and your queen and sometimes your royal champion to funnel your troops into the base. Now, at a level Town Hall 13, obviously we don't have the yak to help us in, but oftentimes I don't even mind. I just let my king kind of get to work. Oops, pause, freak, stupid. I went ahead and sent a super minion in down here because my plan was to take out these buildings right here so that when I bring the brunt of my army in through this direction, they would head right in toward the core and help me take out a lot of stuff. I haven't tried this at Town Hall 14 yet. I'm nervous about how the poison spell inside the Town Hall will destroy these smaller bodied troops, because they do a good enough job, or the poison spell of the Town Hall 14 does a good enough job of killing dragons and dragon riders, who are obviously chunkier bodies. So I spent 2 super minions over here to complete this side of my funneling. My Archer Queen and my Barbarian King have created a nice path over there, and now this is where I wind up liking. Now, at this point, you could have also brought in dragons and dragon riders and balloons instead of Inferno Dragons and Super Minions, but again, I'm trying to find a way to make this army work because I love being able to donate these Clan Castle troops. So I wound up putting all my Inferno Dragons, my Super Minions. I lose out a little bit with some of those Super Minions of not being able to have their all of their attacks go into an area where they're, you know, using that long shot ability. But you could see there, they stayed in their initial spot shooting through that second row of defenses. Now I bring 2 clone spells and a rage. The rage is for the Town Hall, which, absent the poison spell, I don't need to worry about. I tend to wind up doing like what I did here. I used a clone spell to get me some more balloons heading in toward the core. And then I use the Grand Warden's Eternal Tome to give everybody some safety on there. I use another clone spell near the Town Hall, along with the Rage spell. The Town Hall goes down pretty fast. I'm currently using a dragon and 5 balloons. I'm actually thinking about modifying that to have just a full complement of 9 balloons, or possibly a dragon rider and 4 balloons. And then it's a couple of free spells to get me through. Now here's where there's a big difference, I think, in this army versus what would have been an army of a bunch of dragons. Obviously, the Inferno Dragons are useful for taking out enemy heroes, heroes. In this case, the Royal Champion won that fight against my Inferno Dragon. But now down here, if all I had left at this point were a couple of dragons and a couple of dragon riders, I believe this single target Inferno Tower would have killed me. But because the troops are actually shooting so many different buildings and moving, they're kind of like sweeping through the base a little bit more aggressively, and there are more targets for the Inferno Tower to shoot at, I have more time for my troops to continue making their way in toward him, where had this him, my Inferno Tower is clearly a male, or at least this person's SP beta. Because there were so many of those smaller troops, they actually managed to get all the way over to the Inferno Tower, where I think an army of dragons or dragon riders would have run out of bodies for that Inferno Tower to work through, and I don't think I would have gotten 3 stars on that attack. I've been actually having a lot of fun. Unfortunately, the update yesterday wiped all my other cool replays, and I haven't been making attacks. I will get some more out here, but I usually just like to show 2 or 3. In this case, we're going to show 2. One will be a war attack here. This is a Town Hall 14, but it's a it's a lower level Town Hall 14. It has a max Eagle Artillery, and the max Inferno Towers, but the scatter shots have not been taken out yet. So again, we're going to set a nice funnel. I have a super minion over here working on some of these buildings because I don't want my troops spending time running around the outside destroying buildings that are not going to cause any harm to them. And because of this base layout, I decided to bring my heroes in over here to try and work their way in toward this Eagle Artillery so that I have a nice tight path right through here for those Inferno Dragons and the Super Minions. Now, this attack can actually work really well on a lot of different base styles, but this layout just, to me, screamed Inferno Dragons with Super Minions that they'd be able to carve through here. I waited until the king was engaged with the enemy king was engaged with mine, and sent in my Royal Champ to help finish him off. Another Super Minion on the side here to help with a little bit more funneling, and keeping that Archer Queen headed toward the Eagle Artillery. I got an Ice Golem and a Lava Hound to take care of. And as soon as my Archer Queen died, I decided to send in my Super Minions and my Inferno Dragons. And you see here, we have a really nice tight path that they can run through here. The Super Minions and Inferno Dragons finish off those lava pups pretty quickly, and then we've got a nice path that we're going to wind up flowing through here. Now that Air Sweeper did get 1 blast off at me before I was able to freeze it, but I do have 4 freeze spells. I use 1 clone there already to get me some extra balloons, and then of course Grand Warden's Eternal Tome, as the balloon is going to be leaving the protective range that he provides, and there was no tornado trap on that side of the town hall, so I managed to get in and get out, and actually my balloons and dragons survived the blast. And then this is exactly what I was talking about. These Inferno Dragons are shooting this Dark Barracks. We've got somebody working on this Archer Tower. We got the Scatter Shot. We've got the Elixir Collector. Like, all these buildings are just being attacked because there are so many bodies, and each of these bodies with their high damage per second are actually able to take care of those buildings by themselves, and they're taking down buildings at a faster rate than they would do with dragons and dragon riders who are focused on, we've got 5 or 6 dragons and a couple of dragon riders. If you get 2 or 3 dragons all working on the same elixir storage, you don't really need that. Like, an Inferno Dragon can take out an elixir storage almost as quickly as 3 dragons can, and yet you've got 60 troops worth of space shooting that elixir storage versus 15 with the Inferno Dragon. I did this attack 2 times in war. I ended up messing up the second attack. Oh no, the second attack I made with this one was actually a P.E.K.K.A smash, so never mind. It was I'm thinking of our last war when I tried this attack. I've been having a lot of success with the army. I am going to tinker around a little bit more with the spell composition. I'm not 100% certain that the 2 clone spells are the most optimal use. It might be that more freeze spells are the best thing, but I would strongly recommend anybody who wants to get the benefit of great clan castle donations for war in the form of Super Minions or Inferno Dragons, try this army out, because it's a way to get the benefit on the offensive side, not just on the defensive side. I do hope you guys enjoy the video. Like I said, check out my other stuff. I do have playlists on here for every town hall. I make content for every town hall, not as often as I'd like, but I try. And share with your clanmates. Check out my stuff on TikTok as well. And in the meantime, Trample Damage telling you guys, have a great one. Hope you enjoy the video.